In a move that's already sparking intense political debate, the Trump administration may be inching toward raising the retirement age for Social Security. In a recent interview on Fox Business, Frank Bisignano, the newly appointed commissioner of the Social Security Administration, said that everything is being considered, those are his words, including the full retirement age, when asked about how to address Social Security's looming insolvency. Bisignano, who is a Trump appointee, confirmed in May of 2025, clarified that all options are still being considered, everything is on the table, and that the United States has reportedly about 8 years left to fix the system before automatic benefit cuts take effect. Still, his comments mark the first time under Trump's renewed presidency that raising the retirement age is being seriously floated by a top official. Why does this matter so much? Well, because Social Security isn't just a government program, it is the backbone of retirement income for over 70 million Americans. But according to the latest report from the program's trustees, the two trust funds that support Social Security, and they are Old Age and Survivors Insurance, and the second one is called Disability Insurance, are projected to run out of funds by 2034. When that happens, the program will only be able to pay about 79% of scheduled benefits unless Congress acts soon. To address the shortfall, several options are on the table at this time. Raising the retirement age is just one of them. Another is lifting the cap on taxable earnings, currently set at $176,100. Some experts have also proposed a payroll tax increase from 12.4% to about 16% to plug the 75-year funding gap. Unfortunately, I might add that an option to decrease financial military assistance to foreign actors is not viewed as a solution to cut spending and to reroute funds to benefit the Americans. But let's be clear, raising the retirement age is effectively a benefit cut. That is what it is. For every year that you raise the retirement age, that's approximately a 7% cut in benefits. As living costs rise and more seniors fall into poverty over time, increasing the retirement age could push millions more below the poverty line across the United States. While Trump has reportedly promised to protect Social Security, some of the changes happening under his administration tell a more complicated story. So let's look at what's actually been done. Earlier this year, President Trump signed into law what he dubbed One Big Beautiful Bill. There is an entire video here on my channel with the details. While it made headlines for various economic reforms, it did not fulfill Trump's campaign pledge to eliminate federal taxes on Social Security benefits. Instead, it temporarily increased the standard deduction for seniors by up to $4,000 through 2028. But this benefit phases out for higher earners, and it doesn't really touch those already paying taxes on their benefits. The bill also included sweeping fiscal changes, such as cuts to Medicaid and spending reductions across other social programs. Many of these changes were packaged as part of broader cost savings efforts, which have significantly reshaped the Social Security Administration itself. Since Bisignano took office as the SSA commissioner, the agency has seen over 7,000 job cuts. Field offices have been closed or consolidated. Phone services have been scaled back, as many of you might know. Now, starting this past April, beneficiaries can no longer apply for benefits or update their banking information over the phone. They have to either visit local offices or navigate the online portal, a system that many older Americans may struggle with. These changes have drawn heavy criticism from advocacy groups and lawmakers who argue that it is becoming harder, not easier, for seniors to access the benefits that they've earned. The Center on Budget and Policy Priorities reports that each SSA employee now serves almost 1,500 beneficiaries. That is an all-time high, the highest number in 25 years, and also it is a clear sign of strain on the system. At the same time, time, President Trump has signed memos cracking down on non-citizens receiving benefits, which many do support. The administration has expanded fraud investigations, reinstated civil penalties for fraudulent claims, and increased scrutiny of mismatched Social Security records, especially for individuals over 100 years old. These moves are popular with part of Trump's base, but critics argue that they're more about political messaging than fixing the underlying fiscal challenges, and it is hard to argue with that statement. At the same time, some in Congress continue to push more aggressive reforms. For example, Senator Rand Paul introduced a proposal to gradually raise the retirement age to 70 years by increasing it 3 months each year. Although the amendment was not adopted at the time, it reflects a growing sentiment among Republicans that the current system is broken and it is unsustainable without major structural change. The Republican Study Committee, which is a group of over 170 GOP lawmakers, has also proposed, quote, modest adjustments to reflect longer life expectancies. But opponents warn that life expectancy gains are uneven. They're higher among the wealthy, but stagnant or even declining among lower-income Americans. Raising the retirement age would disproportionately harm those who depend on Social Security the most. The Congressional Budget Office has estimated that increasing the full retirement age to 70 years would eliminate about half of the program's long-term shortfall, but the other half would still need to be addressed, either through more cuts or higher taxes. Both are unpopular, but there is really no other way out. Adding another layer of complexity to this, Social Security benefits are now being garnished for people in default on federal student loans. Under the Treasury Offset Program, the government can withhold a portion of Social Security checks to recover debts. This practice disproportionately affects older Americans who took out loans later in life or who chose to co-sign for their children and who now face shrinking retirement income. Education Secretary Linda McMahon recently issued a stark warning. She said that missed payments can trigger wage garnishments and tank your credit score on top of that. For seniors living on fixed incomes, that is a serious threat. The reality is very simple. Social Security is heading toward a funding cliff. Unless serious reforms are made and made quickly, benefits will be cut, either through direct legislation or through automatic reductions when the trust funds run dry. Raising the retirement age may seem like a technical adjustment, but for millions of Americans, for nearly 70 million of Americans, it could mean working longer, retiring later, and receiving fewer benefits after decades of paying into the system. And for those already struggling, even a one-year increase could have truly devastating consequences. Whether Trump's administration will follow through on raising the retirement age or whether this is just an idea remains to be seen, but the conversation is no longer hypothetical. It is here, and for the millions of Americans counting on Social Security, the outcomes could shape the future of retirement for an entire generation. If you would like to stay updated on this topic, please subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss my future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like this video, and share it with your network. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.